Brigadier Sushil Bhasin has referred me, and he said there's a fantastic program going on and you must join. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm also a corporate trainer, and I thought let me join the party.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. Nice to see you here.
Can I request? I have two people with phone numbers joined in. Can you just rename yourselves? Take a moment because it's just numbers. Phone numbers. One is 484-322 and someone is with 7977. Go to the right hand side. There will be three dots. Rename yourself, please. Or you can tell me your name. I'll rename.
I change it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Beena, this is Rashmi Shroff. We have been meeting on a couple of, the sessions ongoing.
Okay, Rashmi. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I'll rename you.
Yeah, because I don't know, somehow I'm not being able to correct here. We'll do it after this session gets over.
No problem.
Okay. So yes, I will just give a brief introduction about myself since we have a few new members today. So my name is Elvis D'Silva and I have been into corporate trainings past 8 years. I have my firm of training, but that goes by the name of IAAM. It's all about me. And yeah, we have multiple other services as well. This is a brief introduction about me. Yes. So guys, before we start, I just wanted to share that, this group is very different. Yeah. Because I've been getting so many messages on my personal wall. Elvis, can we, promote this course? And the first question I ask them, is it paid? Okay. So I say, you first add value, we'll see later. Because this group is completely a different group. Here we are all like, brothers and sisters. We are named this group as I am family. We do not seek any benefits or, some very selfish gains from our family members. So here we need to check first what the question is, not what will I get. The question here we need to first ask, what can I give? Okay. And this is the best technique to network. You see this group itself, which is now 400 plus, is just in a matter of 4 days. This network has grown just in a matter of 4 days. It's, like a record. If this same thing would have been charged or, paid over 999 or 199, this would have taken at least 2 years to grow.
Totally agree.
Yes. So you charge the corporates, you grow here as a trainer, okay, upskill, learn new things, and you charge heavily to the corporates. But we are not here to charge each other. We are here to help each other, and then you charge the corporates. Go and charge them. They have a lot of money and they have the budget also for that. Yes. Okay, guys. So today the topic that we are going to, see is the basics, the fundamentals of training. What are the fundamentals? Some very simple basics and hygiene that need to be followed as a trainer. Anyone, 2-3 of you, can you share what are your ideas on this? What you think is something very basic I need to do as a trainer?
Eye contact.
Okay, eye contact.
Elvis, may I? This is Shuli here.
Yes,
I'm sorry, my
please.
video, I'm not able to turn on the video today. I'm in a different location. So
No
I
worries.
think for a trainer, it's very important, the three aspects. One is the planning, that is pre-training. What is the trainer's planning during the training and what the trainer is expected to do post-training.
Okay.
So this three, especially the pre-planning, so that I think is very, for the success of a training, that's extremely important.
Great, fantastic. Anyone else?
I think interaction is very important, right? It's just not one-way communication. It has to be like two-way communication. And again, experiential learning, the activities and all that, it has to be planned. And knowing the audience is very important, from which background they come or the age or whatever it is, right? That is very
fantastic,
important.
wonderful. Yes,
Yeah.
keep throwing, guys, keep throwing whatever.
Can I say?
Yes, go ahead.
So one is your preparation.
Mm-hmm.
Then the second one is to reach the venue early.
Okay.
Ideally, at least half an hour or even before that.
Okay.
So that you are not taken by surprises.
All right.
You can manage the location. You can manage your, the laptop or the things that you have, your whatever is your setup. You can have your setup done. And
Wonderful.
also it gives you the advantage of meeting the people ahead. Like, you can informally meet up with them and have chatting. Okay. So being there beforehand works a lot, because that would have you settled, versus like if you are late, then you are rushed, right? So like that is something which is sacrosanct.
Great, great. Fantastic. Wonderful point, Bina. And
Yeah, I
as a
want to
trainer,
share.
no matter how much preparation you do, there is always some surprise waiting for you.
Can I share,
Exactly.
Elvis?
Yeah, yeah. Please share.
Yeah.
Please go ahead.
So as you know that I am an outbound trainer, so people often ask me that what is your content? So I suddenly say that it's not my content, it's my participant content. Okay. So I have the series of activities, series of fundamental with me, but I never go with my content. It's always I test the participant in starting and during iceberg, and then I deliver the content. Number one thing, and then I always follow the 6P principle. Whenever I do any task or anything, like 6P's stand for like proper prior preparation prevents poor performance. So everything, whatever do, so always be ready for the contingency, always, ready for the participant momentum. Are they ready to accept it or not? So I dilute my, content from this and that. That is all. Thank you.
Great, great, fantastic. Wonderful. Anyone else? Maybe one or two more, and then I will
Elvis,
share what I have.
Elvis, I believe connecting with the participants is something which actually takes the session. It makes the session or breaks the session. No matter how
Right.
prepared you are, no matter how many goals you have kept for the session, but in case you fail to connect with the audience and fail to let the audience be comfortable and speak to you and talk to you about their challenges, I don't think so the session is going to be successful. So connection is something which is very important.
So it is said, na, connection before content. Connect before content.
Correct.
Yes. So once you have that connect, you reach early, you are able to meet them, greet them. Okay, you just have a small talk with them. And then, even you build that confidence and they build that confidence in you. So you have already started breaking the ice by going in early, like Bina said. Going early is very important.
Can I say something,
Yes,
Elvis?
yes, and yes, please go ahead.
Okay. Now, in all my years of training, well, again, an icebreaker and knowing your target group all depends on whether you're dealing with an induction, you're dealing with tenured employees, or you're dealing with the senior management. So one thing that I used to do as far as induction is concerned, because they're new, right? So from the age group of, say, about 18 to 40 plus, when they join, I'm talking about my stint with HSBC. Okay. So what I used to do is we stick a paper behind their back, either the name of a celebrity or a political figure or whatever, right? And they can't see it, but they go around the room. So talking to others, they can ask, questions, but not who am I? Tell me who am I?
All right.
So, for example, I mean, if you take, let's say we put the name Indira Gandhi, right? Now, this individual goes around asking people, okay, am I a female or a male? And am I a celebrity? Okay. Am I living or dead? Okay. And there's a lot of laughter and other things. So you keep going. They can go to anybody. It's not that they have to ask one question to the same person. Then they finally come, okay, am I an actor, an actress, or am I in Bollywood, Hollywood, whatever? Till probably someone, okay, they might ask, okay, am I in the political field? Yes. Am I a country head? Maybe, yes. Oh, and then, okay, you said female and a political figure, and you're talking, okay, who could be among these? So randomly they would guess, okay, am I Indira Gandhi? And then, okay, fine, everybody claps. Oh, yes, you are. So they get back to their seat and sit. And that goes on, for about 15, 20 minutes. And that's how there's a lot of laughter and camaraderie. And then we talk and how you felt about, knowing each other. And Now you feel free to ask questions and stuff like that before delivering the content. So this is some of one of the games that icebreakers that
I think
I
it's
have.
an amazing icebreaker. Like a lot of
Sorry?
fun in the beginning itself. It's an amazing icebreaker to have a lot of fun in the beginning itself.
Yes, that's
You can also
exactly
use
what
it
we try
for
to do.
probing skills and all. Okay, for probing
Oh.
skills, this activity can be used there.
Mm.
Great,
Can I-
Because
fantastic.
they're a
Very
little,
good.
sorry, because they're a little tense when they come, for the session. They don't know what to expect. Of course, they have
Right.
a 10-day earlier visit to the company with their parents. We call it blue sky. So they go around the shop floor and then they finally go to the auditorium where they are addressed by all the AVPs and the VPs, acquaint them and orient them to what the company is like and stuff like that. But then they still have their anxieties and, nerves on end when they come for the induction. So
Right.
this I felt is a good way of, bringing a lot of laughter
Yes.
and, helping them to de-stress. And it has gone a long way because throughout the 3 days of induction, it makes easy for me to deliver the content.
Right.
So that's something I wanted to share with you.
Wonderful. Fantastic. And
Thank
okay,
you.
so now I guess let us begin for what I have with the kitty for today. Okay, so the thing that I'm going to share today is something that long back I had shared on YouTube. Okay, some of the basics that need to be followed while you are training as a trainer. Okay, so I'll be just sharing my screen, and these are small videos of 90 seconds each, which are having 3 teachings, 3 key takeaways in the video. Just give me a moment. I'm sharing my screen with you. Do let me know if you can hear the sound, okay? Can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
So I thought of some novelty. It's some rest for me also, for my voice. So I'll save some energy.
True.
Just give me a minute. I'm just trying to bring it on. Okay, so these.
Good evening, dear friends.
Can you hear
And
it?
today is the day 2
Yeah, we can hear.
on trainer tips. And today we are going to discuss and share on how to make our learning environments more healthy and creative. So here are the 3 tips that I have for you. The first is title. Let's not name our titles as slides with the boring orthodox traditional names. For example, if your topic is on conflict resolution, conflict management, don't name it as conflict management. You could name it creatively as handling the wild beast. If your topic is customer service, you could name it as how to gain a 5-star rating. Wouldn't your trainees be inquisitive and excited to know about it? The second is the use of songs, music. Use music and songs that are related and connected with your topic. For example, if your topic is on leadership or motivation, use songs like Lakshya, Chak De India, so on and so forth. You could play these songs before the session begins, in between of the sessions, during the breaks, and even post while you're concluding the session, as the crowd is moving out of the classroom. The third is questions. Use creative questions to introduce your next topic, your next slide. For example, if your next topic is going to be on customer service, you could ask the trainees a question. How many of you would like to say a bold no to your customer and even then want your customer to love you, to accept you? So these, dear friends, are the 3 ways that you can make your classroom, your learning environment healthy and more creative. Look forward for many more tips that I'm going to share with you, which will be immensely useful in your training sessions. Have a good day, everyone, and see you tomorrow. Bye.
Okay, guys, did you get this? Any questions you have?
It's awesome way to connect.
I'm sorry. Just a
I
minute.
said it's awesome. I said it's awesome way to connect. It's a very friendly way to connect with the trainees.
Yeah. So the first is we spoke about title, right? So
Right.
but this all requires you to sit down and work on these things. It requires homework on your end. It is very natural by default, you have prepared a PPT, a deck, and then you go and deliver. But working on all these things is extra work for you to make your titles more creative. Okay, it is extra work. Finding out songs that are connected to your, to your topic. Yes. So know your audience, know the topic, and accordingly select some songs. Make a playlist and keep it ready with you. Okay, so these are all homeworks that will need to be done. And what was the last one? I guess it was
Questions.
questions. Yes. Even questions can be creative to introduce our next upcoming topics, upcoming slides. Yes. So this will just make your learning environment a little more creative. And we are trainers, we are not lecturers. Yes. If we are lecturers, we'll see our trainees bunking the class. Okay, great. Fantastic. Any questions? Anything you would like to ask, you would like to add? Please go ahead.
So the 3 thing is title, sound, and questions.
Title, sound, and questions. Yes.
Okay, questions could also be, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Questions could also be a lead-in to your next topic.
Yes, yes.
Right? So you're keeping them away. Yes, exactly. Yes. So that could be a nice lead.
So when they answer you, you say, wonderful. And this is the next topic. And then bring your topic. Okay.
Correct.
It's like, before the hero enters all that, then, then now you are actually having that, preparing the grounds for your next topic.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes, I would like to share one experience with you. In a trainer accreditation, okay, we have to delve into all aspects. So whether it's compliance, it's risk or whatever, because we deal with the bank, right? So I had to deliver, of course, the panel that comes from a different place, they give you the topic that you're supposed to deliver. So you have to be prepared. So a lead into that would be like, I had to deliver something on risk. And it's not a very friendly topic. Because when you talk of bank and risk and you got anti-money laundering and what have you comes in. So I would take a very, very simple example, something that's more homely. So a child not being allowed to come into the kitchen. Okay. Most parents would ensure that, the barricade is there. Right. And here you would get a child screaming and shouting and wanting his or her way through. And when the mother's just trying to calm him down or her down and say, okay, wait till I'm done. And then I leave this situation to everybody. And then I say, what do you think happened here? I mean, what was the situation referring to? You're preventing something from happening. Okay. So that you would call a preventive measure. All right. So some will give you different terms. The terminology goes on till, okay, what would happen if the child came in? Probably some accident would have occurred. Something else would have happened that was probably beyond the control of the mother or the parent. Right.
Explainer videos are the best way to capture attention.
So,
yes.
So finally, somebody comes. No, it's to prevent. It's to prevent a risk. So the minute they say the word risk, then I say, here goes, bingo, and give a round of applause. So we give them a round of applause, whoever said that, and then we go to the topic, we show them the slide, and we say, okay, that's what we're going to talk about today.
Great.
And that's a lead-in for the topic on risk. So that was what I wanted to share with you.
Wonderful, wonderful, Anne.
Thank
Okay, are we ready for the next one? Are we all ready for the next one?
Yeah, Elvis, please go ahead with
Yes,
the next
okay.
one. Please, Elvis. Yeah.
Yes, this is the next one that I have. Okay, this is the, actually this was day one, the one I shared with you.
My dear friends, and the coming few videos for the coming next 7 days, I would be sharing some innovative and creative tips for all those who are in the field of education, the educationists, like trainers, teachers, whoever do classroom trainings and online trainings. So here is what today I'm going to share 3 tips for how to begin the sessions, the trainings creatively. So the very first thing that we do in an introduction is an introduction in the training. So these are the 3 innovative and creative ways that we can begin our introduction.
Are you able to hear, guys?
The first is by using a dice. So a dice.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And corresponding to these 6 numbers, we can have 6 different questions. The questions can be funny, personal questions, or it could be related to your topic. So whatever number comes when a particular trainee throws a dice, he has to answer that question. This is how you can make them introduce themselves. The second way of introduction is you can ask the trainees to answer the question, if they were a TV program, what would they name themselves? Or if they were a movie, what would be the name of the movie? So this is how they can introduce themselves creatively. And the third way of answering is, the third way of introducing themselves is they could answer the question, this week I'm excited because. So this would help them introduce themselves on a positive note. So these, dear friends, are 3 ways in which you can make your trainees introduce themselves. Thank you, and look forward for.
Yes. So guys, these are the 3 ways that you can make them introduce themselves creatively, rather than just asking their name and from where do they come. Okay, that is very boring, and now it is, outdated. So you can begin on a very creative note.
Elvis, can you repeat the third one? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was about to ask the same. I didn't get the third one.
Same thing. I was about to ask the same thing.
The third one was, first one was
Dice.
movie, right?
Dice.
You just have a dice and you make 6 chits, 6 different questions. What is your favorite dish, favorite holiday destination, favorite actor, whatever. Okay, that was first. Second is movie. If you were a movie, what would you name yourself? If you were a TV serial, what would you name yourself? Okay, you get to know a person more when they give these answers. The choice of the title that they are making. And the third one was
Week I'm excited because.
you are excited because. This week you are excited because. Okay, there's a lot of negativity. People in your room are coming with a lot of emotional baggage. Okay, we need to understand that as trainers. We cannot pressurize them. We cannot, demotivate and insult them. Oh, this is a wrong answer. Oh, you are late. How come you are late? We don't know what is going on, okay, in their lives, in their personal lives. We cannot be there like a school teacher. So they are coming with a lot of emotional baggage. And now your role is to begin your training on a very positive note. Ask them to find out that one thing that they are excited for in this week. There will definitely be something, at least small or big. Yes. Ask them to share. So this is how you can make them introduce themselves. Yeah. Any question?
Elvis,
Very
can
good.
I add one more?
Yes. Please go ahead.
Yeah, this is like we make use of the football, na? We can just ask them to throw to one person, and when the person who gets it has to introduce himself.
Okay.
Person, but not use the same type. He cannot throw the ball. He has to think how differently I can use the ball. You can dribble. You can twist the ball. The different ways they have to do. Suppose we have 15 members in the team, so we get to know 15 different actions.
Right.
Just thinking outside the box, how you can do it in a different way.
Wonderful. So these guys are only just outlines. You be creative, make your own variations. Anyone
Elvis, just to summarize my understanding of the first one, the dice. So like
Dice.
what I understood is that you have questions, let's say 6 questions, and with the number like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then the dice, the number that come up while throwing the dice, you have to answer the corresponding question. Is that it?
Yes, yes.
If somebody throws 6,
you
then
have 6 chits.
Yeah.
Okay, 6 chits. Whichever
Correct.
number comes, they pick that.
So that corresponding question.
Yes, yes.
Number has to be answered.
Or you can directly put this on the screen. Okay, the 6 questions you can put it on the screen.
All right.
Okay, so you save time of opening the chat, reading it. It is in front of their eyes.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yes, great. Let's go to the next one, guys. Are we ready?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. How are you finding this? Do you find it something
very interesting,
innovative?
No, very creative.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Very creative.
Okay. Yes, this is the next one. Day 3. I need to still put this in, Okay, now facilitation tips. It's DLE. The acronym is DLE. Okay, why is this?
Hi, excuse me. Yes, please. Yeah, I see you're a working professional. May I ask, where do you work? I'm working as data analyst at...
Okay.
On trainer tips. And today I'm going to share 3 tips on training as facilitation. Training is done in 2 modes, pedagogy and andragogy. Pedagogy is for children and andragogy is for adults. When your trainees are employees, managers, college students. So here I'm going to share the 3 tips with the acronym DLE. The first D stands for domination. Whenever you go for your trainings, you will always find in the crowd there is 1 or 2 people, the trainees, who are dominating the entire discussion and not letting the other participants participate in the training. So you as a trainer, as a facilitator, it's your role to make sure that there is equal participation in the classroom. You could do this by making checks and asking the trainees to pick up and answer those questions. The second L stands for less is more. We as trainers, facilitators always feel and have that notion that I need to give more. I need to give a lot. And therefore we overload our PPTs with numerous slides. For any training or facilitation session, our slides should not exceed more than 10 to 15 slides a session. Today, the training, the facilitation has gone slideless. So, we need to follow the formula less is more. Because when there is less, we go deep. The knowledge, the understanding is deeper. The third acronym, E, stands for experience. We need to build on the experience of the trainees. As a trainer, as a facilitator, I may think that I need to know everything. I need to be referred to every knowledge point. That's not true. It's a myth. We need to facilitate. We need to build on the experience of the trainees. For example, if you are doing a leadership training for managers, senior managers, middle-level managers, it might be that their experience is equal to your age. So you need to make use of their experience and build upon it and add on it. So these, my dear friends, are the 3 acronym techniques D
for facilitating your training sessions. D for.
Okay, guys. So is this clear? Have you come across one of the trainees in your room who's very active? Okay, you need not encourage and push them.
Hyper.
Yeah, very active. All the answers they want to give, and the others are like okay, very good. They're clapping.
It's always there to one person.
Yeah, you'll always find 2-3 such, and there will be 1 or 2 spoilers also.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the spoilers are generally those who are coming late.
Late or who are sitting at the end.
Backbenchers.
How do you handle these 2 categories?
So I would like to say the backbenchers, one should be given more responsibility or attention, little
Absolutely.
more attention, and give them a more responsibility kind of thing, and they will do wonders, to be honest, because they have already engaged in the program. So they will be like giving, okay, you have make sure that you do take the disciplinary attendance, make sure that they participate in the thing. So give them all those kind of things, and they themselves in a gradually they will take more responsibility and they will come on the like training will be effective.
Okay, wonderful.
Adding on to Rashmi,
Mhm.
okay, we have a 1 month connect program, right? So we have about 20 to 25 participants who will after that move on to process. So you do get these kind of guys, and most of the time they are boys. So naughty to the core because they just out of college or whatever, and they just want to, overemphasize their personality and stuff like that. So dealing with them, I just go slow when everyone's gone, and I call them both and I say, hey, you two, you're my hands and you're my eyes. So there's everything that I can't do because everything I've got to run here, run there, look at the screen, ensure that this is in place, and you people keep switching on, the AC is off and on. So do one thing. Now you will be in charge of distributing all the exercises and all the material, right? You will ensure that when you come in, everything is in order. And so that everyone walks in, they are all seated and there are sufficient copies. So I hand them over to them as soon as I get in for the day. So I engage them totally. And in fact, they are late to go for lunch and early to return. So at times, probably they might curse me, but then at the end of that month, they feel very gratified that we've seen the change in ourselves. So we have to keep them engaged that way, and then I give them a gift for being the pallbearers and for being the great guys who still work for us.
So yes, this also would work, guys.
वैसे teapot इसमें मसाला रहता है.
Anshika, please mute yourself. Okay, so this too works, distributing roles. So when you begin your session, you can identify after some time, okay, and you can distribute roles to them. Okay, maybe someone, a discipline minister, okay, who makes sure everyone is coming in time after the break. Or you can, what you say, you can give them reward points to the group that comes in first. So they all are motivated to come in first after the breaks, because this problem we face after the breaks, it gets stretched. Okay, the ones who are dominating or spoilers, one more way what you could do is meet them in breaks, speak to them personally. If you feel it is going beyond, okay, if they're crossing the limits, speak to them in the break. Do not insult or embarrass them in the class, because the other trainees will get a very negative image about you as a trainer. Yes. Yeah.
And we are following the maxim
Ranjini has something to say. Sorry, and I'll come back to you. Ranjini has something to say.
Yeah, I just wanted to add to what you're saying, Elvis, and all others who have already added. This is what I feel also as a facilitator. We hold the energy or the space in the room. At the same time, we also keep the participants accountable. So at every workshop beginning, I ask the participants, how do you want to experience this session? It's not only about me giving you content or giving you knowledge. It's about you collectively bringing that. So it's not only participation, but the energy. So ask each one of them to hold and say, yes, I'm agreeing to bringing the energy up. I'm going to also keep my partners accountable. And if we feel that we are digressing from the conversation, what kind of signs we want to keep so that we come back on track. So this invariably the people who are very talkative or try to play a lot of dominance will get the message, because there are others who are also watching them. So yeah, so that I feel has worked for me, and probably I'd love to hear from everyone. How do we keep the ground rules and some accountability? Like you said, right? It's not about we talking, it's about less talking and more of experience gathering, and add on and asking people to jump in. So what happens because of those who are dominant, the other people who want to speak, they step back and they don't contribute at all. And then we'll see them coming to us in breaks and saying, you know, you were talking about this topic. I really wanted to add. And why didn't you talk about it in front of everyone? They say, yeah, it just made me reflect. So some people need time to reflect. Some people are impulsive and share. So there are different dynamics that play around. So just wanted to add to that. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Celia, I'm just coming to you. Just one point
Sure.
I'll share. Okay. The second point which I mentioned about less is more. Okay. Many times I've seen so many trainers. It's a 3-hour session, but they take a content with them of 8 hours. Just because they feel that, oh, if I take something less, will, you know, the client not be happy, or I will not impress them. And then because we have taken so much content and now we are pressurizing ourselves to cover that in the class. And at the end of the session, the trainees are confused. What do I take back now? There is no hook. Like, you know, I have gone wide. I have not gone deep. I have covered this, a little of this, a little of that, a little of this. It's like a buffet. It's not like an a la carte, you know. So less is more. Yes, Sioli, please come in.
Yeah, thanks, Elvis. So it's for those people who try to, at every opportunity, they try to raise their hands, wanting to answer every question and not giving others a chance. What I usually do is I tell them that, okay, I really love your energy, I appreciate them, that I really love your energy, your enthusiasm in wanting to answer and contributing to the session. However, so let's do something. Let's also give others a chance. And in case they're not able to answer this question, I'll come back to you. So is that okay with you? So, that way also I'm appreciating them. At the same time, I'm also trying to give others an opportunity to also answer questions without offending the other person.
Wonderful, wonderful. Very nice way, diplomatical way of going about. Anyone else, guys, you have anything doubt, you want to ask something, there is a difference of opinion, please feel free to share.
Yeah, I wanted to, May here. Yeah, I wanted to share approach which I use for ensuring that people do not dominate the room. So instead of trying to wait for things to happen and then trying to control them, a more proactive way to do it is to use facilitation skills. So what we do is ensure that there is more of group work, and then within the group, you ensure everybody gets a chance to discuss among themselves. And then you use a round robin. So suppose the group is like, say, 4 people. So they first initially you give them individual time and tell them you write down 3 points about this topic individually. Then as a group discuss and come out with top 5. And then you give each group a chance to share only 1 point. So and ensure that someone new speaks each time you do this. So this ensures that at least the soft spoken guys also get a chance to speak.
Right. Great. Fantastic.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
Elvis.
Yes, Rakesh.
Yeah. So as an outbound, when the sales team is there, sales people are sales head of the entire nation and everything. In that scenario, everybody is a dominant function. Everybody is doing the having hyperactive, especially in the sales team, because they know that they run the show.
Right.
So, you cannot choose that he is a less proactive or something. Everybody is the same. So how to handle all these things? I do the firewalk also for them to keep them down. Okay, but a lot of adventures are in it. But they all are dominant function. They all are dominant.
You're saying about outbound?
Yeah, outbound. Yes.
Okay. Outbound, it is okay even if they have that energy, So because outbound you will be having mostly activities and all, right? Games and all that.
So many games, so many physical, mental, and, even firewalk, fire eating, glass walk, so many things.
So in that, I feel it is a good thing if they're so active, in an outbound. Because if you have a very cold crowd in an outbound, then it does not work so well. So if they're having that energy, it's great. You need not control it. Let it flow.
Yes. Thanks.
Yes. So let's move to the next one, guys. Are we ready?
Yeah, sure, Elvis. Please go.
Yes.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Ranju had raised his hand. I don't know for what.
Yeah, I'll come back. I'll come back to that, Bina. Let's take this one more video and then we'll go to Ranju. This is now day 4. Okay.
Hello dear friends, and today is the day 4 of trainer tips, and the topic today is how to make our facilitation more engaging. Yesterday it was how to facilitate the training. So today the acronym for the 3 tips of how to make the facilitation more engaging is RIV. The R stands for being real. Many of us trainers follow and have an ideal trainer, and we try to imitate the style of that trainer. But the reality is that each one of us trainers and facilitators have our unique essence of our own style. So let's not copy or imitate some other trainer, but bring our own originality and style to the stage. The second I stands for interest. Show interest in your trainees than just your interest in your content. Maybe you have worked a lot on your content for many man days in creating your content. But on the ground reality, when you enter the classroom, show interest in your trainees. Invite their questions. Welcome their arguments, objections, and show real and genuine interest in your trainees. The third V stands for vulnerability. Encourage vulnerability in the class. Encourage your trainees to be vulnerable. And the best way, the way you can make them encouraged to be vulnerable is by sharing an inspirational story. And there cannot be any other inspirational story of vulnerability than the one of your own self. For example, if I go to the doctor and say that I am okay, I do not be vulnerable, there is no scope for growth to come out of the diseased condition of my body. So therefore, the first step to grow for growth is vulnerability. So encourage vulnerability in your classroom. So these, dear friends, my trainer friends, facilitators, are the 3 tips to make your facilitation more engaging. RIV. R for reality, I for interest, and V for vulnerability.
So yes, guys, is this clear? The first is to be real. Yeah. Many trainers are trying to imitate someone's style or the way they speak. Okay, you will not believe, someone must have not told you, but you have a very unique style the way you speak. Each one here in the room, when they're speaking, you are having a unique style. Yeah. So many trainers are trying to, try to copy some celebrity trainer. Okay, the way he speaks or the tone that he has or the style that he has. Yes. Here, the basic thing is be original, be yourself. Do you agree, guys, or do you have some other opinions on this? Something you would like to share?
I agree.
Agree.
Great. Yes, surely you have something to say. Please go ahead.
I agree to what you said. Not this time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Nutan is putting a hand up.
Yes,
you want to share?
Taranjit is saying something. Taranjit. Come, Taranjit, please share.
It was just a thumbs up. I was saying that I agree with you
Okay,
completely.
great. Fantastic. The I, what was the I for? I forgot. What was the I for?
I is for interest.
Interest.
Yes. Sometimes we are more interested in our content. Oh, I have worked now for 3 days. Unless and until I don't give this, I'm not going to get out of this room. Even if the time stretches more, I have to give this. Okay. So it is very important, to show interest in your trainees than in the content. Has anyone here experienced that you have gone with a lot of prepared content and when you went there for the training, okay, you had a completely different feel? There are times when I have gone for my training with so many slides, 8 to 10 slides, and I have not touched even one slide. It has just got impromptu. Okay,
I
just
think it is
impromptu. Yes,
mostly the
yes.
same.
I'm
Or
sorry.
yes, it's
Mostly the
mostly
same.
this is
Yeah.
what has been happening with me of late. I go either I don't take the PPT at all. I have all the
Okay.
plans. And even if I do, I don't continue with the PPT because the flow goes somewhere else and it's more interactive, more engaging. So
Right.
don't need the PPT at all.
So one quality as a trainer we need to have is adaptability,
Absolutely.
which is very difficult. Sometimes we get very hardwired. We are very attached to our content. I want to give. I feel this concept is very important. I want to give it.
So
But somewhere
I
your
only
gut feeling is saying, skip it. Skip. Take something else. Anyone else has similar? Karthikeyan. Karthikeyan is raising his hands.
Yeah, Elvis, I just want to share with you something very unique, which has happened to me in a recently one of the session. It is for which sales development program for franchises of a leading company.
Okay.
So when I went there, the entire team was very hostile. They were in a hostile mood. They said, people keep calling for training. Nobody conducts a meeting to listen to our problems. So I immediately switched off all my PPT and everything and just asked them to sit down, have some water. And I just asked them, what's your actually problem? No, but you're a trainer, you're coming from outside. What you will be able to do? I said, I could do something, but let me hear from you. And I'll tell you, Elvis, the session went for 3 hours.
Okay.
And each one contributed about their problems. And I noted down everything. And I just called up the sales head and said, I want to talk to you something. And he came and I showed on the board what are the things. And he immediately said, Karthik, I should thank you with all gratitude. You had come for training, but then, you listen to their issues, which I have not heard so far. The middle management, the people who are in the front line, they all don't share all these things. But you converted this training program into a listening mode and you listen to these people and you put it across. And the CEO himself, he kind of called and appreciated all this. The training did not happen. But I listened to them, I resolved all their issues that day.
Great, great. Fantastic. Wonderful. So detachment is needed from the content. Yes. Merin is coming in. Please come in, Merin.
Hi. So you were talking about adaptability, right? Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
So recently I was conducting a webinar for an international audience. So that time what happened, by chance the power went and my laptop went off. Okay, and suddenly I had to switch within fraction of minute, I had to switch on to my mobile and all my PPT, everything, all the slides were there in my laptop. And sometimes it happens that, as you said, we have to adapt. So instantly I got the idea that I have to make the audience speak. So I was talking about power of mindset.
Great.
So I just asked the audience if anybody is having any kind of a fear. So one of the lady, she came forward and she said she is very scared of speaking in public. So I made her talk then and there in front of so many people, and it worked out wonderfully well. And the most important point of that seminar or webinar was making that lady speak.
Okay.
And the audience was so happy that you gave a live example, which was not planned actually, according to me.
Okay.
So that is how we have to, adapt to the situation.
Yes, we have to adapt. That will come also with experience. Okay.
Yes.
Will come with experience. Yes, that confidence to, to adapt and to, change yourself as per the need. There was something I was going to say, I just forgot. Okay. So yeah, adaptability is important. And here we need to give that demo of, especially we are behavioral trainers. Okay. They say we need to walk the talk as a trainer. If I'm giving a session on time management and if I myself
And you're
enter 5
late.
minutes late into the room, okay, what's the point in giving that training on time management? Yes, so as a trainer, I need to walk the talk because they can get knowledge even from Google or from ChatGPT. Yes. Great. And the last was vulnerability. Yes, we need to encourage this vulnerability in the class. Many are not able to share their vulnerabilities. And this has to be driven. That vulnerability is strength. only the weak are able to speak about, only the strong are able to speak about their weakness. The weak hide their weaknesses. And secondly, when speaking about vulnerability, at times we as trainers try to crack a joke on one of the trainees in the room. And then we are very happy because the entire class has laughed. Yeah, we have created humor and now we have used it as an icebreaker. Make a joke on yourself. You be that vulnerable guy. Something where you are weak, where you fell short. Okay. That will encourage even them to speak about their vulnerabilities. Do you agree, guys? Do you agree?
Yes.
This
Yes,
really will
yes.
help in the
Yes,
training.
yes.
So Jagjit
Absolutely.
and myself will know very much because we have the training that we have undergone. One of the things we have is telling one on yourself, being
Yes.
vulnerable. Okay, so we
Right.
share only from our life. So
Great.
that is a training. So if give me whatever training, like right now, my colleague has told me that she's got a training tomorrow and she's just received the PPT, and the PPT is just, it doesn't have any matter. So we have to sit and look at what we can create on our own, right? For how we can. So if I were to get it, I would be, when I don't have much matter on the PPT, where would I look? I would look at my life, examples from my life, not only from the family, even from when I worked some 20 years back, or from the last 10 years when I worked with some boss or something. That is my repertoire. Otherwise, like I am, if I say more than working, I have been a homemaker, but that is from where I will pull in, and that makes them relate. And the best thing is, I'm being a homemaker, I proudly say that also. I will tell them about the house and the wife and the children and my cat is angry. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry about that. Yeah. So when we relate that, because it's very simple, and how I create that with them is and have them talking, because most of it is online sessions. They will not put their cameras on, they will not share. So how I get them to share is by when I share this about the house, about the family, and I will tell them that, but then they relate. Yes, बीवी ने बात नहीं किया तो कुछ तो है ना, related to something like that, and then that is when they start talking. So that is how you can get them to connect, because you sharing about your family, your this, and then they will start relating it like that.
Right.
Yeah,
So
I
being
also wanted
vulnerable.
to add here because since Beena took my name, so I thought might as well jump in. So I am doing trainings of executive assistants because I have been an executive assistant for 35 years, working with CXO level people in organizations like HCL, Pepsi, Honda, Tata, and worked with all CEOs, presidents, and all. So I know the inside story, what is their mindset, and what is the mindset of the leaders, how do they feel about it. So when I conduct the trainings, I always share about my mistakes, how I goofed up and what I learned from there. So that they don't put me on a pedestal and say, "Arey, she's a trainer and she knows everything and all." So I tell them, like, I'm one of you. I have come this far after making all these mistakes, and I'm here to share these experiences so that you learn from my mistakes.
Great.
So that's how I conduct my trainings. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, Nutan has something to share. Yes, Nutan. Thanks, Jagjit. Wonderful sharing.
Hello, Elvis.
Yes.
Thank you for this opportunity. So at this moment, I do not have anything to share, but I want to ask something from Jagjit. So the thing is, as I found that this platform is very much open for all kind of conversation as well as clearing the doubts. So I'm facing kind of a situation at my workplace. What I feel that Jagjit, as she mentioned, that she understands the story inside. So somewhere I want to know, actually, I want to peep inside what is going on. She can help me. I'm working as an assistant professor in one of the colleges in Noida, Jagjit.
Yeah.
And this is very new job for me because after freelancing 3 years into corporates, I took a U-turn actually, and I joined an academic setup. Here, I started feeling that the management is not getting gel with me, and my thought process is not getting sync with them. So I want to know what is the story inside. Do they really want, means if they behave like they don't involve me in the events, so what could be their mindset?
So, Nutan, it's going to be a very deep conversation. So, I would request if you could get connected with me or one-on-one, and then we will, dive into it, and then we will work out on this. Yeah.
Yes,
Thank
great.
you so much. Thank you.
Thanks, Nutan, for coming in and asking, being vulnerable.
Thank
Yeah. Yes.
That's right.
Thank you,
Ranju
Elvis.
is raising the hand since quite some time. Ranju, can you come in and make it a little quick?
Yeah, sure. No worries. So I was just thinking when you were saying about being vulnerable, I normally start my session with my own story, how I came into the corporate training scenario. I have 3 children. My eldest son is 18 years now. He's a differently able child. So I quit my corporate job to take care of him. So I start with that story, how I struggled almost 11 years now. So suddenly there's an immediate connect with the audience, and then they relate things later. Some of the person they come up and they share, ask them what happened. So the most important thing which you said earlier was how to connect with the audience. I always check with the HR. How should I dress? Should I wear a coat or a normal dress? So they advise. Immediately there shouldn't be anything which is limiting you from connecting with the audience. So when you said vulnerability, I just wanted to share that. Thank you so much.
Great, great. Thanks, Ranju. The voice was not very clear, so I could not exactly get what it was. Okay, guys, we are already.
One question, Elvis. This vulnerability thing seems nice. Any drawbacks are there, because a trainer is supposed to be giving them like a role model, that he knows something about the topic, or that he's the right person to address them to become better. Because what happened is, I just wanted to share one experience that happened with me. I had created a movie on a disabled entrepreneur from Goa. He walks on his hand. So it's a Konkani film. And what I did is, I normally used to show the film. I should not call the guy. Now, one company insisted that you call the person also. So that the workmen are more motivated on seeing him. So he came and he was very, very vulnerable, and he shared his struggles. And instead of inspiring them, what happened is, some of them started giving him advice that you should be doing this and you should be doing that. So is that one of the cons of being vulnerable?
See, it is a risk, being vulnerable, You'll have to take a call depending on what the context is. So I cannot say, always you can be vulnerable. Now you need to know your audience. You need to judge your gut feeling, the confidence that you're getting. Should I be, and the extent I need to be vulnerable. So self-disclosure is used as a tool. Self-disclosure is used as a tool for rapport building, to get that connect. But I need to know now, how much do I self-disclose?
Thank you.
Yeah, how much do I self-disclose? That judgment I will have to take.
Maybe a calculated risk.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But the thing that works here is called as a concept of the social tribe. People like who are like them. And therefore, if you see Steve Jobs and all, whenever they would launch the new Airbook, MacBook, he would go with a polo t-shirt. He would not go with a suit boot. Because he wants to connect with the audience who are of middle class. He wants them to buy his product. And therefore, this is the concept of social tribe, where people like people who are like them. Now, so you accordingly share those things which will make them feel, अरे यार ये भी अपने ही level का था और अभी इधर चला गया. So the agenda, the motivation behind sharing, being vulnerable, is to inspire.
Thank you. Much clearer now. Thank you.
Yes, great, fantastic. Okay, guys. So
Can
today, Agnes, please come.
Okay, so actually, I've been using this a lot in all my sessions. Okay, so when you have a kind of gauge the audience, and you understand their situation, how they are, and then you bring yourself to a level saying that, come on, I'm also like you, and I have overcome this. You kind of become a role model for them. Then you share your experiences. So in my case, I've taught, kind of corporate executives who are like the age of my son, around in their 30s and all that. So I tell them their stories, their struggle stories, so they're able to relate. And then, they say, okay, if they could do this and reach there, then we can also do it. So, that connection comes, and it is received very well. Another thing someone mentioned about here of online classes, where everyone turns off the video and sits without coming. So, I make it a point to make them keep their videos on, because then I cannot relate. So, I make them react, say, if you have understood me, give a big nod. So there's a lot of gestures happening, hand gestures, face gestures. So if I don't see them, I will not know them. So I kind of establish it in the beginning itself, so that an interaction, even in an online platform, works very well. So the audience is not so large. Like we have 35 right now, we were 44. It'll be around within 20 to 25. So we can easily manage that kind of audience. But the video must be on. We should try to achieve that. And it works.
Right. Great. So yes, thanks, Agnes. Thanks everyone. Okay, guys, today we are already crossed 8. So there were 2 more videos. What I can do is I can share it on the group. Yes, you can go through it and we can have an interaction. And yes, just a last thing was that we are going to roll out a Google form, okay, wherein you mention your name, your city, and your expertise in 3 areas, 3 topics that you expertise in, your niches, niche 1, niche 2, niche 3. The form will also ask you for a video, a 5-minute video, and your profile. Because this is, I'm telling you the reason why we are doing this. We are not only looking at upskilling, we are also looking at opportunities that will come anyone's way, okay? So whoever has that opportunity and you are not the expert, refer someone else from the group. Okay, let the work go to them. Check if they are from your city, you will have the numbers also. Just call them and tell, okay, I have come across this. Can you do it? Yes, so we are here to help each other, guys. Yes, without any malintentions, without any monetary benefits. Because each one of us needs help. Each one, including me, we all need help to grow. So my request is, do not choke that network of help. And here in this group, let's network first, not by asking how can you help me? Okay, by asking how can I help you? Do you agree, guys? Do you think this will work? Do you think this should be the mode of the way we should go ahead?
Sure.
Yes,
That
yes.
certainly will
Yes.
get some
Just
results.
a suggestion, Elvis.
Yes, Bina.
Let's use the word support rather than help.
Yeah, support, help, yeah.
No,
Support,
help we don't want. Just say support.
Support. Whatever way you can support, okay? You can refer maybe someone, okay?
It's a
HR, you come to know there is an opportunity and you know this trainer's expertise is in this. Refer them. Yes, gradually the database that I will take it to all my HR contacts. Okay, I'm part of N number of communities of HR. I have a lot of contacts in HR. And so very carefully mention your niches, yes. And the profile we are asking because many times the client wants the trainer's profile. Because they collect 3 vendors and then they select whom should we give this project to. Yes, so carefully design your profile also. Yes, make sure it has everything what you have done. And the video is to gauge the confidence. Like how will you be in a training room? How are you throwing your voice? How are you using your hand gestures? How expressive are you when conveying an idea? How well are you communicating it? Yes, because profile is just text. A video will show like how are you going to be in the classroom. Any doubts? Anything you would like to add? You think something more should come in the Google form? John has already prepared the form. Yeah, but we are just waiting for the 10 days. Once the 10 days is over, we are going to roll out the form. Yes, Taranjit.
Elvis, I have a question. So when we say 5 minutes video, is it going to be an introduction video, or we
Anything.
upload a video from a training session?
Anything. Your favorite topic, you speak on that. You speak about yourself. Here we are not looking at the content. We are looking how are you delivering the content.
Okay.
Yes.
Can it be a pre-recorded video also?
Yes. A pre-recorded video. Just upload. There will be an option to upload.
So I have quite a few videos on YouTube, which I did for
Same
super.
here.
So that I can upload, right?
Yeah. Maybe I will have to just inquire with John because John is working on that.
So please
Yeah.
let me.
He has been 20 years into IT, so he knows all the nitty-gritties of, what should be and should not be.
Okay. Thank you so much, Alvis.
Yes. Great, guys. So let's call it a day.
Thank you.
Thanks
so
everyone
much.
for coming in, sharing your ideas. Great energy. And there is a lot going to happen, guys. A lot.
And Elvis, I really wanted to appreciate your stories. Your stories are so wonderful.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for sharing them.
We missed it yesterday, right? So I wrote it.
I have put it, Jagjit.
Acha, okay.
It's there.
Okay. Thank you.
It was about the sage, I guess, yesterday. Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Elvis.
Guys, before ending,
you,
there's a
Elvis.
lot of things going to happen. After 10 days, we are going to meet 12 of us and we are going to brainstorm how concretely and what best we can do for each other.
Wonderful.
Appreciate that.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks everyone. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Sleep
Bye-bye.
well.
Bye.
Have a good
Thank you,
appetite.
everyone. Have a great day.
Great.
God bless.
God bless
Bye.
you. Bye.